Every letter makes a sound. G says G and J. H says H says every letter makes a sound. H says I says I, and I says I. Every letter makes a sound. I says I, and I. J says J. J says J. Every letter makes a sound. J says J. K says K. K says K. Every letter makes a sound. K says K. L says O. L says O. Every letter makes a sound. L says O. M says M says Every letter makes a sound. M says N says N says Every letter makes a sound. N says O says O, and O says O. Every letter makes a sound. O says O, and O. P says P says every letter makes a sound. P says Q says Q. Q says Q. Every letter makes a sound. Q says Q. R says R says Every letter makes a sound. R says S says every letter makes a sound. S says T says every letter makes a sound. T says U says U, and U says Every letter makes a sound. U says U, and Z says Z says every letter makes a sound. Z says W says W says every letter makes a sound. W says X says every letter makes a sound. X says Y says Y, and Y says I. Every letter makes a sound. Y says Y, and I. Z says